Welcome back to the Spoonie and Caregiver Life podcast with me, your host, Jordan Banderas. And before we get started, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes of the podcast. And let's go ahead and get into today's episode, shall we? Now, on today's episode, I want to talk about this because I never felt perfect about my life. I thought I was perfect. I wanted to give the impression of perfection, but I never felt perfect deep inside. And one of the things that I realize is that everyone is a work in progress, especially with everything that's going on right now due to the pandemic and the lockdowns and everything. And especially with social media, we feel like our lives should be perfect based on what we're seeing. So we don't wanna realize that what's affecting us, especially with everything going on. And with me at least, like I said, I never felt perfect, but I wanted to give that impression of perfection. So I did certain things that I thought, based on what I was seeing, were perfect. Like I wanted almost like fitting in. Like I will wear baggy pants just to fit in with my friends, like I was wearing baggy clothes. And all of this changed when I got married. When I got married to my wife, she has a different background than me, obviously, and she says this, and this is true. She says that she saw in me a diamond in the rough. One of the things that she told me later in the years, like after we got married, like a few years after, is that she told a lot of people that she will change the way that I am. If she had said that when before we got married, I wouldn't have married her, because I always said, like, I'm perfect the way that I am and I'm not gonna change for anybody. But there was one day where my wife convinced me to get different pants. She's all like, change your pants, and she had to fight me on that for months. So she finally convinced me. And I want to repeat that again because it's hard for me to believe it, actually, that she was able to convince me to go to the store with her and get different size of pants. They're my regular size. So we get to the store. I'm looking at the usual size that I used to wear, which was like 38, 36. And she found my real size, which is like 31, 32 in this case. So she tells me, why don't you try this? And when I saw them, I'm like, no, I don't like them. But the real reason that I didn't like them is because deep inside I didn't feel perfect to wear them. So she convinced me. We went back and forth. We went tick for tack, and then she convinced me. I wore them. I liked them, but in my mind, I wasn't looking perfect. I almost like having body dysmorphia. I was having almost like body dysmorphia. I didn't think I was perfect. I didn't think I will look good or anything like that. But my wife convinced me. So we bought the pants. We went home. I wore them for a few days. I really liked them, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to change my entire wardrobe. I did that. I started wearing my regular size of clothes, and I realized that I do look good. And this made me realize, which is the weirdest thing, that this is what this particular experience taught me, is that I don't have to worry about being perfect. I only have to worry about the progress that I'm making. Because if I worry about being perfect, I won't do the things that I need to do to improve. And that's what my wife taught me, like, see the improvement that I'm making. And I did that thanks to her, and by learning more about myself, because since I started seeing how I like to see my own progress, because of the way that that I dress now. Like, she has helped me pronunciate better words. She has helped me talk better. Like, she has helped me so much, so much. I started seeing the progress. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna work on myself. Then that helped me push myself to go into therapy after she got sick. So I went into therapy, like everybody knows, and I learned a lot about myself, and I started realizing that my life was never perfect. I was dirt poor at one point. I had the wrong mentality. I had the wrong mindset. I had the wrong ideas. So when I started changing that and seeing the progress that I was making, like instead of swearing every other sentence, I'm like, you know what? I need to talk without swearing because I've never done that, literally. So I stopped swearing a lot, and I actually like it because now I can have normal conversations. So I like that. Another thing that I have done is that I have found something that I really like, which is reading. Now, reading was hard for me because I didn't really read for a long time, so I kind of was forgetting how to read. Let's be honest. And when I started reading again, it was hard. But now I'm making a lot of progress where I'm reading all these books and I'm understanding, and especially books about psychology, because I have said this. I love psychology, and I'm reading about psychology, and I'm understanding it more. And then because I'm understanding it more, everything that I'm reading, I can say like, how have I applied this to my life, or how can I apply this to my life? And thanks to that, I'm seeing progress. That's why it's important for you to find something that you like. Now, if you're a spoonie, or you're going through something right now where you're getting affected because of the pandemic or everything, and you feel that your life uh, needs to be perfect so you can show it on social media, let me tell you this: your life will never be perfect if you're trying to base it on opinions of others. That's why one of the things that you need to do, like I mentioned in my case, you need to learn more about yourself. What exactly you like, not what others like for you to do, but what exactly you like. Because you might be doing certain things or acting a certain way to impress people, but you're not impressing yourself. That's what was happening with me when I was wearing baggy clothes. I was trying to impress people, but those people were not the right people for me. So when you learn about what you like and what you really like, or more about yourself, so when you learn more about yourself, you're gonna find what you like. In my case, I really like learning. I love learning. That's why when I started reading and understanding the books and the words, I started seeing the progress. And I'll give you this quick example where on the books that I'm reading, they're about psychology. They talk about psychology and all those things, or they talk about the illnesses that my wife is having. And anytime I don't understand a word, I Google it. So for a lot of people that might look dumb, it's like, oh, you're dumb because you have to Google the words. Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know the words. I don't know what that means. So by me Googling it and understanding what it means, it gives me a better understanding of what I'm reading. So when I go to see the doctor with my wife, I can say like, no, I read this and this is what this means. And the doctor, and I've done it, the doctor goes like, I didn't know that. So it has helped me get get better care for my wife, you know by me improving every day or learning something new every day. It has helped me improve the care that my wife is getting, and also it has helped me see my own progress, where I'm like, you know what, I can do this. I don't need to stop. So when you learn something that you really like, uh, keep going at it. Don't stop just because somebody gives you an opinion that you don't want to hear. If you really like it, go at it, learn it, and just remember that every day you can make a little bit of progress. I read this. I don't remember if it was a quote or where I heard it from or where I read it, but I read this thing that says like, if you make 1% progress, or if you get 1% better every day, that means that in 1 year you got 365% better. So, and that's just by doing it 1 year. So if you're going through anything, like if you're a spoonie and you're facing a terrible illness or something that is debilitating and you want to do something, but because of whatever you're facing right now, you can just start trying it 1% at a time. Like, for example, if you like to cook, how about you try something easy, something that is not gonna make you stand for a long time. If you like to draw, how about you like to just start with small drawings. If you like to play music, start with something small, so and then you can move on to the next. That way your body can try to adjust. Because progress, it's all about adjustment. You adjust, you reassess, you adjust, and you reassess. That's pretty much what I see it. And then if you look back, then you're going to start looking at the progress. Because what happens in this type of situations when it comes to progress is that progress never ends. Because there's always something new to learn. There's always something new to do. When you, like in this case, and I'll give you this example with my wife, like progress never ends, because the way that I see it, there's so many new medicines that are coming out right now, like for migraines and for chronic pain and all these new medicines. And I'm like, if you look back at when we started, my wife and I, with her journey in regards to finding the right care, some of those medicines were not available. So doctors have made so much progress, scientists have made so much progress, that now we have this type of new medicine that she has tried that is actually helping her just a little bit, right? So the same thing might happen to you and your condition. Like, there might be a new medicine, a new treatment, something new that you can try, and it might actually help you. You might not see 100% recovery, but you might see, like, let's say like 1% or 2%, 3%, 10%, like whatever percentage you see is still is better than zero. That's pretty much what it is. Is like we need to see the progress, and we need to understand it, that every day there's gonna be a new progress. Every certain amount of time there might be something new that is gonna help you progress, create some progress in regards to your illness or in regards to whatever you want to change in your life. So that's why we need to stop chasing perfection. Because if you chase perfection, you're never gonna catch it. You need to, like what I did in my case, I stopped myself from chasing perfection, and I started chasing progress. Because when you chase progress, there's always something that you're gonna be able to look back and see, like, wow, that is progress. And especially with today's time, and if you're a spoonie, like I say, it's hard, but progress is there, even though sometimes we might not see it. But that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. I hope you guys are enjoying the episodes. I really, really appreciate your time and your feedback, and thank you for the new followers, the new listeners. Thank you for everything, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe so we can grow and more people can actually listen to the podcast or find us on Facebook. And don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And also, if you want to share your story, don't forget to send it to me at the Spoonie and Caregiver live@gmail.com, or you can post it on the community on Facebook if you want to. And I'll leave you like always. Always take care of yourself and have a great day.